Good evening and thank you for joining. We would ask that all devices be turned off or silenced. This meeting is public, held under the Planning Act, and live streamed on the Township's YouTube page. In compliance with the Planning Act, we will collect personal information to aid decision making. When speaking, please state your name and address for the record. Your information may be included in the minutes and publicly available. If you would like to be notified about specific applications, please email the clerk or Development Services Department. Tonight's meeting is to consider public meeting reports, including staff recommendations to approve, defer, or deny applications. The planner will first present, followed by a Q&A for committee members, then by members of the public. This committee will then vote on recommendations for each application. Following the committee's decision, notices will be circulated as required by the Planning Act. If a person or public body have the ability to appeal the decision of the committee to the Ontario Land Tribunal, you must provide either an oral or written submission before the application's provisional approval. Without such submission, the right to appeal is not granted.
Okay, any additions or deletions to the agenda? I'd ask for approval then of the agenda, please. Moved by Merrill, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Carried. Declarations of conflict of interest and general nature thereof, is there any? Let the record show there are none. Adoption of the minutes of May the 6th. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Merrill. Seconded by Bob. Okay, I noticed in the minutes that, Aaron, you weren't here at the last meeting.
I wasn't, and I noticed as well that the template has changed not to identify members that are absent from the meeting.
Well, we always put in regrets, so I think maybe you should ought to be added in as a regret.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's good to have it on the record to identify individuals that aren't present. I wasn't sure if that was a template change at the staff level that was being recommended, or if that was just a change that was perhaps overlooked.
Anyone have any concerns? All those in favor? Carried. Severance application, B09-2024. Shakur? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, Holly, you're on.
Thank you, and through the chair. Our first application this evening is B09-2024. The subject property is unaddressed along County Road 4, south of the village of Tamworth. The applicant is proposing to create one separately conveyable lot through an application of consent. The severed parcel will have a lot area of approximately 1.5 hectares with approximately 7 meters of frontage on County Road 4. The proposed size of the severed lot is compliant with the zoning bylaw. The retained lot will have a lot area of approximately 4.3 hectares and approximately 244 meters of frontage on County Road 4. The size of the retained lot is in part dictated by the minimum distance separation setbacks on the property from an adjacent livestock facility, as the intention is to maintain a buildable envelope for the potential future residential development outside of this setback. This application has been before the committee at 2 previous meetings. On August 12th, 2024, there was a request from Quinte Conservation to defer the item to review the wetland feature on the site. And again, on February 5th, 2025, it was deferred by request of the committee to provide an updated site plan that accurately delineates the wetland boundary and the presence of a sufficient buildable envelope outside of the wetland and associated setbacks. Township staff and Quinte Conservation staff have completed a number of site visits on the property to assess the wetland feature. An updated severance sketch was received on April 20th, 2026, provided on the screen now, which clearly identifies the wetland boundary and denotes a 0.5 hectare buildable envelope outside of the 30-meter setback from this wetland boundary. The updated severance sketch reflects an extended lot frontage for the proposed severed parcel from 60 meters to 70 meters. Further, I will note that it is included in as one of the 10 conditions of approval is a condition requiring the applicant to enter into a development agreement with the township that would require the driveway for the severed parcel to be located to the north of the property outside of the identified wetland boundary. Quinte Conservation has reviewed this sketch and has no further objection to the application as presented.
Thank you, Holly. Committee members have any comments, concerns, or questions? No? Okay, need a motion. Yes, sir?
I'd like to speak to this matter if I could.
You can come to our table, please. State your name, please.
My name is Robert Stinson. I live across the road from this proposed severed lot. I'm sorry, I did not get your name.
Sorry, my name is Holly Newitt. I'm a planner with Photon Planning and Design. We are the current planning consultant for the township.
So you represent the township.
Correct.
Thank you. So I have a few points. So I met with the previous planner for the township and the people from Quinte Conservation on the property last year to help them define or to show them to where to look for the wetland boundary. And everything was frozen at the time. And so I indicated to them that the wetland boundary was the boundary that the farmers have used to take hay off of the field, because they cannot get any closer to the fence line than what is available to them because it's wet. But it was frozen ground when we went, and the person from Quinte Conservation told me that she could only assess the wetland boundary based on vegetation. And I told her that come July, when things were quite a bit drier, farmers would take the hay off a little bit closer. But even the boundary that she set and is articulated in this document doesn't reflect the boundaries that these farmers had to abide by for the last 5-10 decades. So I take exception to the acceptance of that wetland boundary from Quinte Conservation. I've dealt with Quinte Conservation on a number of issues, and I know that they're not infallible. So that's my first point. I don't think that that is an appropriate representation of the wetland. I'm concerned because I have the property across the road, and 3 properties drain into this wetland, mine and my neighbors on either side, and come the spring, it's quite wet. And if there's any egress of a driveway that would impede or limit the area that this wetland now has, it's going to back up into my property. And I don't think that's fair. So that's my concern. My second concern is that this is only 70 meters. Up and down County Road 4, all the new lots that are being offered are 3 times that width. So it's a little inconsistent. I know after speaking with Mike that the guidelines for the township are 60-meter road frontage, but it seems to be quite small as compared to what currently is happening in the neighborhood and what the neighborhood can, I guess, accept or what works in the neighborhood. And so my concern is that the person who owns this retained parcel and soon to be severed parcel is looking to create 2 more building lots on that property. I'm not opposed to a building lot. I am opposed to multiple building lots across the road from me. I think that that is too high a density. I am concerned that there are no regulations in place by the township that would prevent 2 additional lots of 60 meters wide, and I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that people living in the country should have to have a subdivision across the road from them to the benefit of someone else, to the deleterious effect of their quality of life. So those are my concerns. I've shared them with Mike. I've shared them with the committee before. And I certainly take exception with the determination by Quinte Conservation on what is a wetland and what isn't. I think it's very limited in scope. Any questions?
Committee members, any concerns or questions for this gentleman? No? Okay, we need a motion then to either approve, or turn down, or defer. Yes, Aaron?
I'd like to make a follow-up comment just to yourself. As a committee member, I hear you, and I can appreciate that it's frustrating to not share Quinny's delineation of that wetland boundary. From a committee member perspective, just so you can hear kind of what my train of thought is on it. We look to Quinte Conservation to be kind of the authority on guiding us with that delineation. So when it comes in, that's what we look to as kind of the professional authoritative source. So I'm sure in your discussions with Mike, there may have been other discussion in terms of avenues to look at that further if you object. But from the committee level, we look to Quinte to be kind of the authority on delineating that wetland boundary, recognizing that it can be challenging because there's the vegetation component, but there's also the drainage. And, to your point, different seasons can result in different observations in the environment in terms of what's going on in that habitat. Okay. So I do hear you. And I do thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Can I make a comment?
Sure.
So I have property in Central Frontenac as well, and they have abandoned the use of Quinte Conservation as an authority for various reasons, and you can contact them and ask them why they no longer abide by Quinte Conservation and look after things themselves. There are reasons for that.
If I may, Mr. Chair, at the direction of the previous deferral on February 5th, the committee did direct Quinte staff as well as Township staff to visit the property outside of the winter season. And it is my understanding that site visits were completed in the spring as well as in August. So vegetation was observed throughout multiple seasons.
So when I met with them in March, when they were there, the ground was frozen. There was no movement of water. I asked if they would take a soil sample, if there was indeed, and they wanted to, but they could not get their shovel in the ground. So to determine what is a wetland and what isn't from a soil sample perspective, they were unable to do. They could only go by what they saw.
Through the chair, staff did return to the property later in the spring as well as in August.
And you have a report on the sample of the soil to show that it is a wetland or not?
Through the chair, we just have records of the site visit. Quinte Conservation did not provide any soil records. I do not know if any was proceeded.
I'm not an expert. I have an undergraduate degree in geography. But without a soil sample, which is part of the perspective of determining what is a wetland and what isn't, and only going by what they visually see outside of a flood time of year, it's very circumspect. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay, I asked for a motion. I will move her to seconder. Yes, Merle? You move? To approve? Deny? Rich? Dieter? You have a comment? Sorry, I didn't see it.
This is directed to Cindy. Is there any way that you can bring up Google Earth on the screen through your system there? It won't come up on the screen. Because, as I say, Google Earth it very clearly delineates that part of the property that's been farmed and that part which is the wetland. It's extremely clear. But anyways, if you can't bring it up, it doesn't really.
So
Affect anything.
Dieter, I left pictures the last time I was here of the wetland that clearly showed the vegetation and the lines. And I apologize, I should have brought them again, but they were left the last time I was here. And if you would like, I can go and be happy to take more at the present time. Of course, none of the hay has been cut, but you can see the lines.
We're here to make a decision, so how does the committee want to handle it? Defer? Approve? Deny? Yes, Merle?
We've already deferred this.
We have.
It's way too high. We've already deferred this. How many times? Twice? Twice. I'm suggesting that Mr. Stinson is concerned about the driveway in particular. Is that right? And the county will be the people that will choose where and if a driveway can go in there. That's not this committee's decision to make. And I'm wondering if at that time, when the landowner decides to apply to the county, if you could go to the county and discuss this with them, your concerns about that. Is that possible? Does anyone know here at the table?
Ollie?
Through the chair, I do not know if the county driveway application is a public process or not, though any approval through the county would be subject to comments from the public. They could be received. There will be, or there is a condition within the decision tonight that would regulate that a driveway be placed at the north side of the property so as to avoid the identified wetland boundary on the sketch. So the county is the approval authority for the driveway's existence, whether it will be permitted to be installed or not. But we have regulated, or through our discussions with the county, it is being regulated that the driveway, if it is approved, will be located at the north in order to not interfere with the existing water feature.
Thank you.
Yes, Bob?
Through the chair, the deferral was that the Conservation Authority returned to the property once the snow had melted. And that did happen. As I said, they returned to the property in late spring as well as in August.
Okay. Looking for direction, people. We're here to make a decision. Yes? Yes, Bob? Go ahead, Merrill. Go ahead, Merrill.
I would suggest that the landowner has been deferred twice. They've come back with the things that we asked for them to do, including Quinty. And Aaron, I have to agree with Aaron that we do look to these bodies, Quinty Conservation and other professionals, to give us guidance as we sit on this committee, but we don't necessarily have a background in those sorts of things. And I really think that we need to go forward with this. But on the other hand, I am hearing what you're saying and understand your concerns. And I'm thinking about what you could do going forward to change certain things. And I know you're looking down the road with concerns about this gentleman, I guess it's a gentleman, with this landowner coming back for a couple of more, which we don't know that he will. That's a guess, that's a projection. And at that time, of course, there would be other things around those sorts of applications. This is the applications that's before us tonight. And I'm thinking that we have deferred this person a couple of times, and they have come back with the things that we had suggested to us. And I think it's fair to them to go ahead tonight, but it's also fair to you to offer you some suggestions as to what you might do to alleviate your worries about your property, et cetera, in the future. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, Bob, you're next.
This lady has jumped through all the hoops we've asked her. This lady has jumped through all the hoops we've asked her, and I don't see how we can turn this down. We have to handle what's in front of us, and that's what's written by the professionals from Quinty Conservation, so be it, and the staff at the township. We have to follow what the planner has put down there. It's law, and that's what we have to follow. So I'm willing to put an approval on the floor.
Okay, we have, yes, Merrill? And I'll second it. Okay, moved by Bob, seconded by Merrill, that we approve. Anybody have any more comments, questions? Yes, Aaron?
Just the comment would be, you know, in the event we move forward with an approval, provisional approval, that will be based on the documentation that's come in. But in the future, if activities were to happen within that wetland boundary, then Quinty Conservation Authority should be your point of contact in terms of work happening within a regulated feature per their regulation, because they become the authority of that. So I hear your comments about Quinty, but they would be the parties to reach out to in the event that you see that in the future.
Thank you for your comments, and Quinty Conservation has always been very responsive to any calls that I've made to them. Don't get me wrong. But it would seem that it would be a little bit unfair as the existing property owner and taxpayer that it's on me to have to report on these people. It'll be on me as well, should there be an egress of material that limits the floodplain, to then seek some sort of compensation. Why should I have to do, I don't ever want to do that, but I don't want to be also put in a position.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, moved by Bob, seconded by Merrill. All those in favor? Carried, passed unanimously. Thank you.
I didn't vote, Bob.
What's that?
I didn't vote.
No? Is that okay?
I didn't vote.
Would you
Yeah.
like to vote no, or would you like to abstain?
The chair only votes if there's a tie vote.
Yeah, but
Robert's Rule of Order.
I didn't vote. So
didn't
you
vote?
said, you said unanimous.
Okay. It passed.
Thank you all very much for your time. Appreciate what you do.
Severance application CON 2026-008, Rick Nichols. Rob, you want to join us, please? Holly, you're on.
Thank you, and through the chair, the next item is consent 2026-0008. The subject property is unaddressed along County Road 4, south of the village of Centreville. The proposed severed lot will have a lot area of 1 hectare and approximately 118 meters of frontage on County Road 4. The applicant intends to establish a new driveway for the proposed severed parcel, pending review and approval by the County of Lennox and Addington. The proposed retained parcel will have a lot area of approximately 36 hectares, with approximately 795 meters of discontinuous frontage on County Road 4 and 225 meters of frontage on Nugent Road. The proposed use and lot dimensions for the proposed severed and retained parcels will comply with all applicable provisions of the zoning bylaw. It is noted for committee members that this item was brought to committee as there was an information request received from the public. Otherwise, this application could have been approved through delegated authority. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Committee members have any concerns, questions? No? Okay, we need a motion. Don't everybody speak at once. We need a motion to approve, defer, or deny. Yes, Merrill?
I just have one little question.
I
And,
asked for a motion first, okay?
oh, I'm sorry.
A motion to approve, deny?
Did she put it on?
No,
Oh, no,
she's got a question.
okay.
I asked for a motion. Yes, Darren?
I'll put a motion on the floor to approve per the conditions listed in the staff report.
Moved by Aaron, do I have a seconder? Bob, thank you. Okay, Marilyn, oh,
I just had a question. I know a lot of people have concerns about extra driveways on the county roads, blah, 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 and I know it's not this committee's, it's not our purview to look after that sort of thing, but just on behalf of other people, their concerns about that type of thing. And I know it's a condition in there, so you will have to abide by that. And that's about all. Yes, I noticed that. But is it
that's a farm entrance, right, Rob?
yeah.
Yeah,
Some-
some farm entrance that doesn't count.
No, I know
Yeah.
that, but I spoke to the county and they said there'd be no trouble moving it, so.
Okay, good enough.
There you go. That would satisfy my question, because I did see that, but I do know that sometimes they don't count as far as the county are concerned, and they will sometimes ask them to be removed. So that's okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Any further discussion, concerns? All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Thanks, Bob. Have a good evening. CON 2026-009 starring Diane, Eugene, you want to join us at the table? You're on, Holly.
Thank you. And through the chair, consent application 2026-0009 for the subject property located at 61 Inglesby Road. The proposed severed parcel will have a lot area of approximately 8.6 hectares and approximately 66 meters of frontage on Inglesby Road, with approximately 64 meters of water frontage on White Lake. The proposed retained parcel will have a lot area of approximately 9.5 hectares with approximately 54 meters of frontage on Anglesby Road. The subject property currently contains a single detached dwelling, which will be contained fully on the retained lot. A concurrent application for minor variance will be discussed this evening, being minor variance MV 2026-001, to recognize the undersized frontage proposed for the retained property, as the rural zone requires a minimum lot frontage of 60 meters and 54 meters is proposed. The reduced lot frontage is required to permit the creation of a new entrance to service the proposed severed lot along Inglesby Road. As the topography changes significantly across the frontage of the property, sloping down towards the lake, a driveway for the severed lands would not be possible further west on the site. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Committee members have any questions, concerns?
Just one point. We're also at the same time considering the minor variance. And the question is, I mean, I'm looking at the measurements, and there's quite enough frontage to give you 60 meters on the retained parcel. I don't understand why we need minor variance and you got more than enough frontage.
Sorry, I can take that one. Thank you, through the chair. So the frontage is reduced because a driveway for the severed parcel would not be able to be located further west on the property because the topography of the frontage prevents it to go in safely. So the Township Director of Public Works, as well as a member of staff, planning staff, went to the property and looked at the frontage, and they determined that width would be able to accommodate a safe access, a safe driveway for the severed. So we acknowledge that there is enough space to create two compliant frontages, but then a driveway would not be able to be located on the severed parcel to Inglesby Road.
Okay. I'm sure if push comes to shove, you could have put a driveway in. I know it goes fairly steep down. Yeah, because you're going down over the hill.
The Township Roads Department would not permit a driveway further.
Anyone else have any concerns or questions? Need a motion to either approve, defer, or deny? Yes, Bob?
To approve, as noted.
Moved by Bob to approve, seconded by Marilyn. Any further discussion?
I'm not the only one, mister.
All those in favor? Okay. Okay, there is a minor variance going with this. Do you want to handle it now, or do you want to wait till we do the other minor variances?
Oh, you don't have a mic.
I don't have a mic, if you don't mind.
I moved it down, so I might have to stick it up in the air. There you go.
Sorry, if I can borrow Aaron's mic for a minute.
Go ahead, Mike.
I think it's probably best if you're asking staff to just wait for the minor variance to come later and then just address that at that time, and we just keep going through the consents at this point.
Okay.
Okay?
You've got your severance, you'll have to wait. Okay, CLN 2026-0014. Batty, Pratt, Holly, you're on again.
Thank you, through the chair. Concession 2026-0014 for the subject property located at 2829 and 2831 County Road 6 in the village of Yarker. The applicant is proposing to convey a portion of the lands, being the severed parcel, from the property at 2829, 2831 County Road 6 to the abutting property addressed as 2833 County Road 6 through an application for consent for lot addition. The subject property has frontage on both County Road 6 and the Napanee River. The proposed severed lot has an area of approximately 0.012 hectares with approximately 5 meters of frontage on the Napanee River. The proposed retained parcel following the lot addition will have a lot area of approximately 0.0 0.098 hectares and approximately 18 meters of lot frontage. The retained parcel is an existing undersized lot within the Hamlet residential zone. However, the proposed lot addition will worsen this condition. As such, a concurrent minor variance application is considered tonight, being minor variance 2026-0003, to seek relief from the required minimum lot area and minimum lot frontage for the Township of Snowmill zoning bylaw Hamlet residential zone. The proposed reductions to the minimum lot area and minimum lot frontage requirements are not anticipated to negatively impact the functionality or enjoyment of the retained parcel. It is noted that per the definitions of the zoning bylaw, the property's water frontage along the Napanee River is considered the lot frontage, not the lot line running along County Road 6. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Committee members have any concerns or questions? Yes, Bob?
Is that not a shared laneway right now?
It is. The easement will remain.
Pardon?
The easement will remain as it is.
Okay, is it gonna stay that way?
Yes.
Okay. And what about the laneway for that other part? That's a two-unit house, is it not?
Correct. There is a laneway and a parking space on the other side of the duplex.
Pardon?
There is a laneway and a parking space on the other side of the duplex.
Oh, okay.
The easement over that laneway is so that the duplex can receive deliveries of propane around the back. It's not for parking or access.
Anyone else have any concerns or questions? Need a motion? Yes, Bob?
As noted,
Motion to approve,
as noted.
as noted. Okay. Yes, Aaron, second? Thank you. Any further concerns or questions? All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, now we're on to the minor variance. Storing 001, 2026. Holly?
Thank you. Through the chair, minor variance 2026-0001 is tied to consent application 2026-0009 to permit reduced frontage for the retained lot from 60 meters to 54 meters. The applications are conditional, therefore one is not able to proceed without the other. Thank you.
This one's very minor in my books.
Yeah.
Anyone have any concerns or questions? Need a mover? Thank you, Aaron. Second by Bob. Any further concerns or questions? All those in favor? Carried. Have a good evening, you two.
Happy motoring.
2026-003, Batty Pratt. You're on again, Holly.
Thank you. And through the chair, minor variance 2026-0003 is a tied minor variance to consent application 2026-0014 to permit a reduced minimum lot frontage and minimum lot area for the property at 2829, 2831 County Road 6 to facilitate the proposed lot addition. This is another tied application, so the consent nor the minor variance can proceed without the other.
Thank you. Your committee members have any concerns, questions?
I've got some questions again, this minor variance stuff. The minor variance is only requested for the retained parcel, that's right, in the fact that the area doesn't conform. So that's reasonable, no problem with that. Now, the frontage, this is an existing non-conforming lot. We're not changing the frontage. Why does it need a minor variance?
Thank you. And through the chair, because of the definitions in the zoning bylaw, the frontage for this lot is the Napanee River. So there is 5 meters of frontage from what would typically be considered the rear lot line along the Napanee River that will be transferred from the subject site to the benefiting property. So there is a reduction to an existing undersized lot area as well as an existing undersized lot frontage.
Trying to find, I still don't understand the reasoning. Why, you know, it's, the frontage is 23.8 meters, and it hasn't changed, and it's been like that for 100 years.
Through the chair,
I still don't know why we want to fiddle with it. Just, it's legal non-conforming. I still don't understand why we need the frontage, why we need a minor variance on it. I mean, it's not hard. It's, you know, I have no problem with it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
through the chair, because the lot fronts on a water body, being the Napanee River,
Right.
any lot line along the water body is considered the frontage. So the front,
So we're talking about this frontage.
correct,
This.
correct.
That's why I've been trying to find
The lot line along County Road 6 is considered a rear lot line. It's an
okay.
odd technicality of the zoning bylaw.
I certainly would have thought that that's the frontage. All right, in continuing, severed parcel, why are we not doing a minor variance for the severed parcel? Because it doesn't conform with, neither with the area nor the frontage. So why are we not dealing with that?
Through the chair, the severed parcel will be transferred to the abutting property as it is a lot addition, not a consent. So we are not proposing to create a new lot, only to transfer a portion of one lot to the abutting property.
Right.
The abutting property does not require a minor variance because it is an existing undersized lot that will be improved through this process. Therefore, there is a provision within the zoning bylaw that allows for this process to happen without the need for a minor variance, again, because it is benefiting, it is getting bigger than it currently is.
Good rationalization. Thank you.
Are you okay now, Dieter?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. We need a motion.
We make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Aaron, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Deputations, other than pertaining to applications, I don't think there's any. Other business. Okay, are we going to have a meeting in July?
To be determined.
Pardon me?
To be determined. Not sure yet.
Okay, the reason I say that is if there is a meeting, I won't be here. Not unless you change, not unless you change the date. Okay?
And in the same vein, there's a
Pardon me?
possibility that I won't be here either.
Okay?
Is that actually Canada, the statutory holiday? Is that the conflict? It's the following? Okay, just checking.
You gonna be here, Marilyn?
I expect to be.
So do I, so I guess we're okay.
Where's everyone going?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess the majority won't be here.
Well, three of us will.
Yeah, we'll have three of us.
Pardon me?
There'll be three.
Bob, Aaron, and Marilyn.
Three.
Bob, Aaron, and myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, I thought Aaron said she wouldn't be here.
I'm available as far as I know.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. No. I have another commitment that's been on the go for quite some time. Okay, need a motion to adjourn. Marilyn. Aaron, thank you.